Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking through how to foam roll. So foam roll is a really effective tool that can be used either before or after exercise, as it can help relieve any muscular pains and aches, any muscular tightness. It can also help increase flexibility and improve joint range of motion, as well as help prevent any injuries. So foam rolling for 15 to 20 minutes after exercise can help relieve any pains and aches that are built up throughout the exercises. And then to help increase flexibility, a combination of both foam rolling and static stretching, such as your splits and your lunges, are most effective than either foam rolling or stretching alone. So we're just going to go through the different types of foam rollers. So we have the smooth foam rollers, and these rollers tend to be less intense. So these are good for people who are either new to foam rolling, or if you've got some really tight muscles that can be quite painful to roll. And then we have the textured foam rollers. So these rollers have ridges in, and these are used to work deeper into the muscles and to help work out any knots or any tension that's built up throughout your exercises. And then we have the spiky balls or the massage balls. So these can either be smooth or they can either be spiky, and they have the same effect as both the spiky rollers and the smooth rollers, apart from the balls are used to target more smaller muscles and smaller muscle areas, or any areas that have got a built up of tension. Okay, so we're going to move on to how to foam roll, and we're going to start off with the lower body and then we're going to move on to the upper body. Okay, so we're going to start with the calf first. So you're going to place your foam roller on the floor, place one leg on top and the other foot on the floor next to it. Then you're going to put your hands behind you, lift your bottom off the floor, and you're going to slowly roll backwards and forwards. Be careful not to roll over any joints such as your knee and your ankle. And you can start to turn your leg out and in to target those different muscles in the lower leg. And you want to be doing this for around 1 to 2 minutes, as the calf is quite a small muscle. And if you find any tight spots, you can hold on that tight spot for 30 seconds. Okay, and this can be quite uncomfortable if you're first starting to foam roll. So you can reduce the pressure by reducing the amount of body weight that you've got on the foam roller. So you can put more pressure on this base leg. However, if that's too easy, or you feel like it's not doing anything, you can put the other leg on top and you can roll backwards and forwards. So now we're going to move on to the perineal muscles, and these are the muscles on the outside of your leg. Okay, and in gymnastics we do a lot of running and jumping and landing, and if you land with your foot turned in, that can make these muscles on the outside of your leg, all the way from your hip all the way down to your ankle, can make these really tight. So it's important that we roll these muscles out. So a spiky ball might be best for this, as it's a smaller muscle size. So you're going to put the spiky ball on the floor, you're going to bend your leg in front of you, cross it over, and you can just roll your leg sideways. And if you find a tight spot, hold for 30 seconds. Okay, so we're going to start on the quad now. So you're going to place the foam roller on the floor. You're going to lie on your front with the foam roller just underneath your hip. You're going to put your elbows on the floor, so you don't want to be on your hands, as this just puts stress on your lower back. So you want your back in a nice straight line, so on your elbows. Your other leg's going to be up next to your shoulder. So I'll show you on this side. So you lift your other knee up and leg on the roller, okay? So you're going to roll from the hip flexor all the way down to your knee, nice and slow, and then back up again. Okay, so you can do this on the quads for about 2 minutes, as this is a much bigger area. And again, if you feel any tight spots, you can hold for 30 seconds. Okay, and then just like we did with the calf, if it's too uncomfortable, you can put more weight on that leg on the floor. Or again, if you want to increase the pressure, you can put the other leg on top. So now we're going to move on to the IT band, which is the muscle at the top of the leg at the side here. And this muscle is frequently used when we're running and jumping and landing. And it's really quite hard to find a stretch for this muscle, as it can get quite tight. So foam roll is a really good way of releasing the tension. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie on your side with the foam roll at the base of your hip. You're going to keep that leg, your bottom leg out straight, on your elbow, and then your top leg you're going to cross in front of you, and then put the other hand on the floor in front for support. Okay, and you're going to roll up and down, and this can be really quite uncomfortable if you're not used to doing it, so put more weight on your upper body. Okay, and to increase the pressure, you can put that leg on top. Again, if you feel tension, if it's quite sore, you can hold on that spot for 30 seconds. So moving on to the hamstring, you're going to put the foam roll on the floor, you're going to place it just underneath your bum, hands on the floor, other leg on the floor for support, and you're going to roll forwards and backwards. Okay, careful not to roll over your knee joint. And you can start to move your leg, you can turn it out and turn it in to get the inner and outer hamstrings. And to increase the pressure, you can put the other leg on top. So you can do this on the hamstrings for around 2 minutes, and remember, if you find a tight spot, you can hold for 30 seconds. So moving on to your lower back, you're going to put the foam roller in the middle of your back, hands across your chest, knees bent up, feet slightly apart, lift your bum off the floor, and you roll backwards and forwards. But now moving on to your upper back, you're going to place the foam roller on the floor and lie on it just with it underneath your shoulder blades. You're going to place your hands behind your head or across your chest with your bottom off the floor, and as you roll down, you want to lean backwards, and as you roll up, you want to lean forwards. And you can do this for about 1 to 2 minutes. So now moving on to your lats and teres major muscles. So these muscles tend to be overworked from the amount of press ups and chin ups that we do. So these can get very tight. So you're going to lie on your side, okay, just above your rib cage, palm to the ceiling, feet on the floor. You can put your other hand on the floor for support. And as you roll down, your arm comes up to your ear. And as you roll back up, your arms come down. Okay, just make sure you're not rolling on your ribs, make sure you roll in the muscle. So moving on to your pec muscle, which is at the front of your chest here, you're going to put the ball just underneath your collarbone. You're going to put your arm out to the side and you're going to lean into the wall and make small little circles on the wall, okay? So we're going to do this one for about a minute. And then finally, moving on to your tricep and your forearm. So for your tricep, you're going to lie on your front. You're going to place the foam roller just underneath your armpit, and then you're going to move forwards and backwards, nice and slow. And you can roll your arm in and out to get the different areas. And you're going to do this for about a minute. Okay, and again, if you feel any tight spots, you can hold on for 30 seconds. And then moving on to the forearm. So probably better with the ball for this one because it's a smaller area. You're going to place the ball on your forearm, okay, and you're going to roll your forearm forwards and backwards and extending and flexing your wrist at the same time. Nice and slow, probably for about a minute on this one as well. So I hope you found all those foam rolling exercises useful. If you've got any questions, please let me know.